Okay, so today we are going to look at how to add a new product in the Vault Militaria website. Um, I'll give you the login for the admin panel of the website, but it's pretty simple. Once you've got that, you'll have your username, which will also give to you a password, and you simply log in to the back end of the site. And once you click login, you will come to this general dashboard page. And what we're going to do is to look for products on the left hand side here in this black menu, if you can see this, and we're going to click all products. And this will show you a list of all of the products you've got in the back end of the system. I think currently we've got about 42. And you can see, how we're naming them all. We're starting off where appropriate with the WW1 or WW2 before we then speak about the name of the item itself, just to keep some sort of consistency. But what we're going to do to add a new product is we're simply going to hover over one of them, and you'll see here it says duplicate. And what this is going to do is simply make a copy of this product, not publish it, so it won't be live, but we're just going to click duplicate this German 9805 butcher bayonet sawback, and the page will refresh, and when it does you will see that it comes up with this item product, and it's a copy of what you've just copied because it says here in brackets copy. Okay, so I'm going to look at where Mark has sent me some emails with some new items. I'm just going to walk you through the process of how we would then add this sort of product. So let's just choose this top one here. And we can see here the title of Mark's new product is a World War II German municipal police bayonet near Minsk. So I'm going to copy that, go back to this new copy that we had. I'm going to drop that in as the new title. So now this becomes the new title of the product. And when you publish this, it will automatically update the URL for this product, which you can see here underneath, which still looks as if it was for the old one. What I tend to do here, and we can make a decision on these nearer the time, but I tend to take the letters. If you've got some descriptor in brackets, I tend to take that down to lowercase. Let's go back to what Mark is saying about it. And at this point, I'm going to copy the content that Mark has sent me. So I'll copy all those words, go here to the product, and you can see here it says product description. That's not the area we're using for this particular website. There are two options for product descriptions, and I'm using the one that says product short description. So I'm now going to overwrite what was in the previous product with what Mark has sent me. Okay, so I've just copied in there. I'll take a quick look through to see if there's any obvious typos, like this one here. That shouldn't be a capital letter, it's just part of the sentence. Otherwise, I think this is all good to go. I think nickel is, yes, that's right, that's the way it's spelled in the UK. Okay, fine. So let's go back to Mark's and find the price. The price for this is $9.95, and we add the price for this product in this box here, which is automatically displaying when you start a new product. So we're adding the price there. It is $9.95. The SKU code is 0052M. I'll go back to the product and I'll click on the inventory tab here, and you can see at the moment it gives the SKU as 20M-1. That's because we copied the product 20M, so it's giving it -1 here, but we obviously don't want that. It's got its own code, and that is it. Then we look at the category, and the category is German and Axis, and we know it's the Second World War because it's got WW2, Third Reich dress daggers. So for the category, we go to the right hand side of this page, and here you'll see the product categories. And at the moment, the one we copied was WW1, whatever it was, a bayonet, right? But we don't want that anymore, so we untick those boxes, and we scroll down till we find www2 German and Access. We tick that. This is the parent category. And then we go down till we find the child category, as we call it, in this case, Third Reich Dress Dagger. We click that. And while we're here, we look at the product tags below. And at the moment, we're using from the previous item that we copied, if you remember. So it's not WW1 anymore, we can get rid of that. It's not a bayonet anymore, we can get rid of that. And we can add a few more from this little list here by clicking, and we can see it's WW2, and we can also click Dagger. We can add as many product tags as we want at this point, just by manually typing them in, clicking add. So, but this is what we're going to do for this one. You can see that they've now come up here. The other thing that we need to change is the focus key phrase for this new product. It's still showing the one that we copied, so we simply go back up to the top. I don't normally bother copying what's in brackets, and we just copy this title again, and we drop it in here as the key phrase. Now the key phrase is just for SEO, so if somebody's searching for this sort of thing, that's what they'll find. We also need to add a little bit of a, this will also update, this bit here is obviously wrong, but it'll update when the page is published, so you can leave that. We then also add in a short meta description. Again, this is just for search engines. We normally just grab the first couple of sentences that we've got going on here. I'm just going to copy that and pop it in. And this is the bit that shows when somebody finds this product on Google. Now you can see this has gone orange. That means it's slightly too long, so I'm going to just take that out. Still a tiny bit too long, so we can change this to a great condition police bayonet. Let's just say this. Which would be, they've got that gap we need to put in there. We're still in orange, so as much as possible, it's not the end of the world if we don't, but as much as possible, we need to try and get that back to green. So I'm just going to use that sentence to see if we can make that back to green. There we go. So now that's green, that's good, gives us a fighting chance, and you can see what's come up here. Now the last thing we need to do is change the images. Obviously these are still showing the images from the old product. So at this point we just simply remove the product image from here and then remove all the product images from the gallery, because we're going to be adding new ones for this particular item. So at this point we go back to the content that Marcus sent us, and I'm just going to download the picture zip file, which will be added to the online file that we've got for this particular website. You can have access to this if you want in the future. You don't really need to. So we know that we need to add it. It's a new product. It's 0052. We're going to add a new folder, and we're going to call this folder 0052M, and then we're going to give it the title, which is I can't remember what it was. It was WW2 German dress dagger. Let's say this is just for our internal admin, so it doesn't matter. The most important thing is we get the number here. So I'm going to create that folder. You can see it's now created, and I'm going to download this photo zip file into that folder. So now when I go to that folder and I can extract the images, what we'll see here is the images have all got a number. We don't ideally want them to have a number, we want them all to have a name. So I'm going to select them all and I'm going to rename them. And this is really just again for SEO. And what we're calling it, as you know, is 52 WW2 German, this wasn't that, German dress dagger, let's call it that. Again, that may not be the perfect title for it, but it's the number that's the most important thing. Actually, it was a police dagger, wasn't it? Let's call it a police dagger. Municipal police dagger. Right, and then rename it. And you can see they're all renamed as that. Back to the website here, we now need to add the images. So the first thing we add is the product gallery image, which is the main image in the shop. So I just go in and click this. It'll ask me to upload the images, and I can go and select them. We know where, oh sorry, where is it? Here we go. Clients, products from client. And it was number 52. Here's the one we just added. And we can then select all of these images and open them. And then they start to get added into the media library at the back end of the website. So this will take a little while because as they're being added, they're also being resized. There's a bit of software in the website that automatically compresses the images without losing quality, but gets them down to a size that's small enough so that it doesn't slow down the website when you load them. Because if you have a big chunky image that's several megabytes big and you're loading 12 of those, for instance, on one page, it makes the page load a little slower. This way, the images, as you can see here, are being reduced down to sort of a matter of kilobytes, but they still look great because of the way you've shot them and the way the software is compressing them. So we wait until all of these images are uploaded, and while we're waiting for that, you can see here all of the images that we've added to the website so far, 630 of them, and at any stage you can go in and check. So once you've loaded the images onto the website, they will always be in the back end of the website in your media library, albeit in a compressed state. So, you know, if you wanted to use images here for anything else other than the website, probably not the best idea. For instance, if you wanted to print something with some images, you should look to use the originals. But this keeps a little copy of the images that are being added. And at this point, a few of them have been added already, that's good. We can start to look at ones that we feel gives the best representation. I think this one here gives a good representation of the whole item. And you can see that the name has already now automatically been added, and we can, I might as well just wait till these are all loaded here, because I think I've clicked the add to gallery button. Anyway, we'll come back to that in a second. Here we are, they're nearly all loaded. Talk amongst yourselves. Three more to go. Okay, so what I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to add these. No, it's not going to let me until they're all loaded. Okay, fine. Let's wait till they're all loaded, and then I'll be able to take some action down here in the bottom right corner, which says add to gallery. What I was hoping to do was to choose the main image, but we can do that in a minute, it's not a problem. Last one loading now. Okay, so now they're all selected, and you can see this add to gallery button is there. I'm just clicking it and they're all instantly there in the gallery. To select one of them as the main image, you just click product image here, and I think we said this one looked pretty good to be the main image, so I'm going to set that as the product image there, and that'll appear up here. It does repeat down here as well somewhere. You might want to remove it, but it's entirely up to you. I think it repeats there, doesn't it? So let's just remove it from the product images there. There we go. The final thing to do is just check that we're all okay, happy with that, and we publish the product. Now, once the product is published, we wait for this little timer to complete, and a few things you can see. Immediately this URL for it has changed, so it's the right, I just realised it's a bayonet, not a dagger, so we might have to change that. I got the naming wrong. But this URL has changed automatically. Okay, so I made a mistake. It's not a dagger, although I think you did say it and put it into dress daggers. Oh, you did? Okay, so maybe we should leave it there. We can always change that. But if we decided to change it from a dagger to a bayonet, or if we wanted to be in both, for instance, you know, we could double click that. In fact, why don't we just leave that so it's there? Just any other changes that I've just made, so selecting that other category, update again, and once it's done, we can then look at it on the front end and you will see the final product. So here we go. By clicking this view product at the top, you will then see what it looks like on the website. And there it is. Okay, so it's still giving us the capitals here. That's fine because these titles are capitalized. Yeah, and so all ready to go. This product is beautifully lined up. What fantastic photos. I have to say, these are absolutely brilliant that you've done here. Incredible. And that's good. I mean, we're obviously logged in, which is why we've got this black bar at the top, but this is the way it looks to everyone else at this point. Oh, yeah, we're going to remove this. Don't worry, this won't be a part and parcel of stuff. You can have it if you want it, but by default, it's just it was on the one we copied, but we can remove them. And you can see some of the other related products down below. And here are the tags that you added. And this is the price, and people add it to the basket. Anyway, job's a good one. Here endeth the lesson.